Uncovering the secrets and exposing the lies. That's what readers of freedomsphoenix.com get every day. Readers of freedomsphoenix.com are constantly provided the information that detail the real news between the lines of propaganda about government policies and the true relationship we all have with coercive governments. Learn the true condition of our economy, innovations and technological breakthroughs in energy, health, computer science, and space travel. Learn the truth well before it's admitted to in the lamestream media, the media that is so last century. Corporate media has evolved into nothing more than distributors of government propaganda, but we now have a fantastic alternative. freedomsphoenix.com provides constant news updates on the issues that affect our lives in the most important ways. Our liberty and our property are under constant attack, and freedomsphoenix.com provides the understanding behind the propaganda while encouraging the participation of our readers. Join us at freedomsphoenix.com. That's freedoms with an S, phoenix.com. freedomsphoenix.com, where the revolution between the ears has already matured.
And now, live from the studios of Freedom's Phoenix, Ernest Hancock.
Welcome back to Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock. Now, I'm going to show you some stuff. We're just going to have some fun. I'm going to just, this is just on Freedom's Phoenix, just the front page, heck, the top half of the front page today. And heck, just this afternoon. I mean, this is afternoon edition stuff. I just go through this a little bit, and you can just see how bad it gets, But a little treat for you. Here we go.
Hello, I'm Mr. Ed.
Now, Mr. Ed, what's he going to do?
A horse, of course, and no one can talk to a horse, of course.
Except Mr. Ed can. Ed Bernanke, yeah, here he comes. Now, this is what I wanted to show you. This is, and the reason it made me think of that is because they're kind of, doing the Mr. Ed thing. Now, Mr. Ed on Treasury bonds. What's good for the boss is good for the hoss. Farm animals endorse government debt. What could go wrong, says Ed. They're backed by the government. You always get what you put in plus interest you can't lose. You never miss those few dollars out of each paycheck because the saving is done for you before you even see it. This is the mentality that they have going towards the monetizing of the debt. This is what's coming. They're going to be printing up a bunch of money, and what are they going to say? Well, you always get your money back plus interest. Those dollars aren't worth anything. They're not going to buy you anything, but you get your money. We fulfill our obligation. Yeah, my eye's looking bad, man. Yeah, my wife, she had her eye got really red on her right side, and it took about 3 days, and it's about gone now. And then I got it, and a lot of people are getting these kind of weird infections around, so I'm just wondering what the heck's going on. Chemtrails. Anyway, at least some people's looking into it. Now, we'll go ahead and just go through the news. Let's go ahead and just take, this is kind of things that's going on. End of euro, Ireland prints own notes. Emergency lending from the ECB to banks in Ireland fell in December, the first decline since January 2010, but only because the Irish Central Bank stepped up its help to banks. The Irish Independent learned last night that the Central Bank of Ireland is financing 51 billion euros of an emergency loan program of printing its own money. ECB lending to banks in Ireland fell from 136 billion in November to 132 billion by the end of December, according to the figures released by the Irish Central Bank yesterday. At the same time, the bank increased its emergency lending by 6.4 billion, bringing the total it is owed to 51 billion. UK Independent is reporting. Now, what does this mean? They're just printing their own money. Do you think this isn't going to come to the U.S.? It's already here. Heck, we're already just printing, Federal Reserve. They go, well, if they can do it, we can do it. How come we can't do it? I don't know why they can't do it. Now, what is the ramifications of this? What happens is that it skyrockets food prices all over the world. Sudan next to succumb to Bernanke's inflationary experiment. Now, what they're talking about here is the food. There's going to be food riots. Now, isn't Gerald Celente was talking about this? Yes, he was. In Egypt, what did we find out? Egyptian sets his cell phone fire to protest government. What we found out was going on is that this Egyptian, he couldn't buy bread. He couldn't afford to use it. I'm starving to death. I went in front of Parliament, poured some gasoline and lit it. Okay. And there's some video up there of it and coverage and so on. But, here it comes. Western elites secretly still building Islam. It is clear that what is currently taking place in Tunisia, we'll talk about that in a second, is not a popular revolution. There were no clear demands from the demonstrators. There was no organized opposition leading the masses, and even Islamic voices have so far been silent. The fact that there was no full-scale revolution is a positive sign. So what actually happened and led to President Ben Ali going into exile was what? Of course, this pressing question will continue to be asked during the coming phase. It may take a long time to answer, considering that we are now facing conflicting information, and Tunisia remains a country that is somewhat closed towards almost all the Arab world and its media. Our satellite channels seemed uninterested in reporting genuine facts, and this is from India. Now, what happened in Tunisia, and the first thing we got to know is we got to find out Tunisia. Where the heck's Tunisia? So what I did is I pulled up, here we go. Tunisia is between Algeria and Libya on the north coast to the Mediterranean of Africa. Now, you may have heard old movies, Tunisia, whatever, in films and old World War II, and when they had some battles going on. But really, nobody even knows about it. You got the Gibraltar Strait there, the Straits of Gibraltar, going from the Atlantic Ocean into the Mediterranean. To the north is Spain. To the south is Morocco. Now, we have east of Morocco, Algeria, then it goes Tunisia, then Libya, then Egypt. Now, Tunisia, what happened is there has been a change in government. The guy's there, something, I don't know. They're not telling. They're going to spin it for us. They're going to try and find out what's what. This is the first I've been hearing of this. So what we're going to do is we'll look at it and see what happened. Why did the people, was it an Islamic thing? Doesn't seem so. Is it an Al-Qaeda thing? Doesn't look like it. Is it a money thing, food thing, inflation thing? Don't know. We're going to find out, and they're going to spin it. So what's interesting is going to be how they portray it. They, them, those. The lamestream media so last century. Now let's go ahead and we'll just go through this stuff because, there's just so much going on here. I'll just go ahead and just click through it. Let's see. Haiti. Now, what was interesting about Haiti is they were kind of surprised that the ex-dictator came in. Jean-Claude Duvalier, he goes, you don't have any kind of consolidated government where I come in. I'm here again. I will rule you. You were better off when I was here. Remember? You guys remember? Remember I was a member of the member club? I was something member. Remember? I'm here. Well, all of a sudden, the Haitian police come in and his hotel and arrested him. Is he going to be tried for, whatever crimes that he committed while he was dictator? Are they going to install him? Are they going to be making a deal? Now, this is, so that's interesting. We'll keep track of that. And let's see what else we got in here. They're talking about, we have a lot of information here on countries that will be better able to survive the economic turmoil that's coming. Now, sovereignman.com is a gentleman named Simon Black, or he goes by Simon Black, that writes, we've been putting a lot of his stuff up. I know a lot of people that know him. He travels around the world, and he's just looking for a place, where can I stay? I want to start out this end-of-week missive by reiterating one immutable fact. No place is perfect. And in these tumultuous times, which I call the age of turmoil, no country is going to be completely immune to the looming problems which face the world, namely rising prices and resource shortages. We discuss many countries in this daily column which stand head and shoulders above their peers: Brazil, Chile, Singapore, Malaysia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, Abu Dhabi, Panama, and several others. It would be unfair and inaccurate, however, to say that they are not without a few challenges. For example, this week in Chile, there were some small-scale riots in the extreme south of the country as people protested a 17% hike in gas prices. Chile imports most of its fuel and is thus more exposed to changes in oil prices than, say, food or industrial metals. Now, the point of this is as much better off a lot of these countries are, inflation, food inflation is going to hit the poor everywhere on this planet. There is nothing to stop. Gerald Celente, what's he been screaming about? There's going to be 40-something million dead from starvation. Heck, I think he was saying in this country. You know, it's already started. What are you doing? Got chickens. Better get some and a garden. We'll be right back. This is Ernest Hancock. I'm publisher of freedomsphoenix.com and the radio talk show host of Declare Your Independence. Now, I want to give you my personal endorsement of a wealthy U.S. citizen that is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He's produced a video for you. It's a real eye-opener, and I want to make sure that you have an opportunity to watch it. www.endofamerica, the numbers 1 and 7.com. Endofamerica17.com. This video has the history of how we got where we are now and where we're going and why. Now, it's a lengthy video. It'll be about 20 minutes, but you need to watch this so you understand what's going to happen to this country and how you can protect your wealth and even benefit financially. Now, you go there. It's free. I want you to watch this video. You need to have this information so that you can survive the economic collapse that's coming to America. It's not if, it's when. That's End of America, the numbers 1 and 7.com. After you watch it, you'll understand why I endorse it.